from? It came from.
Yes, once again, this is the part of the show where we get into everything that the internet, the metaverse, if you will, topics that they bring us, right? And you know what? If you find these answers useful, no matter where you're watching, just give us a like, help other people find this content. It's really helpful. Last one here. This is by Caleb Colorado on the Human Factors subreddit. This is desperate for help with a statement of purpose. Hi, everyone. The time has come, and I'm beginning to wrap up all my graduate school applications for Human Factors Master's programs. The whole application process has been smooth for me. Good for you. With the exception of writing my statement of purpose. Arguably the most important part of my application. While I do have a rough draft workout, I really don't think it's very good. I've never had to write a statement of purpose before, and honestly, I'm not even sure what a good statement of purpose even looks or sounds like. Let's see here. Basically, Barry, I want to use this as a springboard here to talk about statements of purposes and what they mean and what they look like. Have you written one of these?
Yeah, I've not written them in the graduate school application piece. I cheated to a certain extent, and because I was in the military at the time, I had the choice of one university, so I didn't really have to apply. I just rocked up and said, well, hey, I'm here. Slightly more than that, but that was basically it. But when I'm, it's not too dissimilar to your opening statement on your CV or your covering letter on a job application. It's all about, for me, is be honest with yourself and with what you're doing. So what is it you're wanting to get out of? What is it you're wanting to get out of life fundamentally? And this is where I think it's getting interesting, because what I would have written at sort of 18 to what I would write now is different. I mean, I'm lying actually, because I did write a statement of purpose a couple of years ago when I was toying around with the idea of a PhD, and the ability to sort of sit there and say, look, this is kind of where I could be very, very honest and say, look, this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do, which is not what I would have written at 18, which at 18, you would more write about what you think they want to read, as opposed to now what it is what you want to write. Because, and fundamentally, I would like to go down the latter route, because as somebody who would read these things, you want to get an insight into the person. You want to get an insight into what are their hopes, dreams, that type of thing, to see if they marry up with your business, your course, your organization. And if they're very honest and you realize that it isn't going to work, you could actually cut out a lot of pain right there and then for both sides.
Doing them a favor.
Yeah, I mean, you want to go and build rockets and go to the moon. Well, I'm sorry, but I do drilling. You're not going to go to the moon by come to join my business, but I could probably point you in the right direction of somebody who could. So I think that, I think be honest with yourself is so important with these things. What about you? You've had more experience of doing these things than I
have. Look, I wrote one for my graduate applications. I echo your sentiment. I would have done things very different today than I would have then, because I did exactly what you said. I wrote it from the perspective of like, oh, I'm writing this for what they want to hear. And it wasn't untruthful. It was just a flowery version of what I wanted. And really, it's hard to know when you're just starting your sort of experience. Like Human Factors was a completely, not different, but it was I was in psychology in my undergrad, and so I was writing it from like I have no idea what Human Factors is perspective, and it probably the biggest piece of advice is maybe iron out what you want to do exactly, because that might have better, although leave yourself open. I don't know, it's hard. Statement of purpose is hard.
So I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up, so I'm down with that.